Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Zeus P, St. Jude. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome back, Austin, Texas, to another live edition of the 1-hour news break brought to you by the 2-hour lunch break podcast, powered by Favor and recorded here live at Dawa Studios. We're excited to be here on the east side of ATX. Today is Tuesday, July 16th.
There we go.
July 16th, and we have an amazing episode lined up for you today. I am Saint, one half. And I got my co-host with me.
So I'm Charwood Zeus. And for those of you tuning in for the first time, the 2-hour lunch break, man, we're all about amplifying the voices of black and brown entrepreneurs and artists in the city. Our slogan says it all. A podcast for Austin, from Austin, brought to you around the world. Mm-hmm. We're here to shine a light on amazing talent and the stories that, that make this city so unique. But before the 1-hour news break, we switch things up a bit, right? So instead of our usual interviews, it's just us diving into the latest events in Austin and across the nation. So we're here to share our, perspectives on current events, local news, and everything in between.
But before we get started, make sure you catch all of our episodes on your favorite streaming platforms. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at 2HLBpod and on X at the 2-hour lunch. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
How you doing, brother, man? Mental health check?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Starting off, bro.
Yeah.
For me, I'm feeling pretty good. Fresh off work.
Okay.
Fresh out of the office. When I first walked in the studio, I had hard bottoms.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to get up out of those.
To
Got my
relax.
Birkenstocks, right?
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
my Birkenstocks on. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling relaxed, man. Me and the wife got some big things coming down the pipeline. We
Cooking.
talked about it off air.
Yeah, we cooking.
I can't say it on camera
No,
until
no,
the official
no.
date kicks in.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
y'all will get some updates once
cooking.
that date kicks in.
We cooking.
But we got big things coming, man. So I'm good. I'm in a good space, man. How about you?
Doing well, man. Excited. Today's both interesting and a challenge. My cousin, actually, shout out to my two cousins, Holly and Joey. They actually lost their father actually on yesterday. So that was a really, really tough situation having to deal with that. But they're going back to Cali, where we're originally from, to go put him to rest. But that was a tough one because he was really, really close, and he's really a close family member to me. So definitely third cousins, but we lived like we was first cousins. You know what I'm saying? So definitely really, really hit home. So definitely wanted to give a big special shout out to him. Prayers up. Prayers up to him. But overall, man,
Okay.
doing okay. Positive, staying positive.
Right.
Again, as you said, a lot of things on the pot. A lot of things
Right,
cooking.
yeah.
Got a lot of things going on.
And
so.
then, man, also, man, to add on top of that, man, you just had a birthday.
Oh yeah. Big
just-
dog,
that-
big
that
dog
just
status.
passed, right.
Yeah, big dog status. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, last Friday had a birthday, man. I really enjoyed it. Hung out, had a good time. Family and friends went to Top Golf. You know, some
I'm still salty I missed out, bro.
Man, bro, I was hurt.
If I didn't have other plans, the thing is, I promised my pops that I was gonna do something for him,
word.
and I couldn't renege.
you got to be a man of your word.
If it wasn't for that,
Yeah.
I'd have, because I love Top Golf,
Yeah.
dog. Like for real.
Nah,
So,
I haven't been in probably like 2 years, and it
Yeah.
was so surprisingly fun.
Mhm.
I was like, dang, I gotta go back. I gotta go
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
And I'm
you love
not
Top
really a
Golf.
crazy golfer like that anyway.
right.
Do you dabble in the golf?
So I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I can drive it a mile.
Okay, I got you.
I can drive it a mile.
Yeah.
But my putt game is in the gutter.
My man said the technique is.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you put me in Top Golf, I'm gonna knock it through the net.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, man, I've never taken the time out to get my putt game right. So I think that's sorely lacking for me.
I got you.
And the thing is like my granddad was big into golf, so he probably looking at me ashamed because I still ain't got on it. But I'm gonna get on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on it, man.
No, I feel you. My grandfather the same way. Every Friday morning for almost 13 years, that man used to go play golf, and I'm like, nah, I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I'm super good. Yeah, I'd rather do something, chill in the city or do something.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of the city, what's going on? What's going on in the city?
Okay, first update. So we're kind of stepping outside of the city, man. We kind of doing an update on the city of Houston.
Yeah.
Right. So for those that aren't aware, there was a Category 1 hurricane. I think it was called Beryl.
Yeah.
Hit Houston last week. So because it hit the south and west side of Houston in the suburbs, right? So coming out of that, there were a lot of power outages.
Yeah.
And a lot of city services have been basically knocked out of commission. And it's causing issues all over the city. People, like, they're starting to get their power restored, right? But there are still certain people out there that don't have power. We're talking about in the hundreds of thousands, and at this point, it's been like a week.
Christ.
At this point, man. So we're dealing with that. We're in the middle of the summertime.
High temperatures, yeah.
Right, yeah, man. You got to think, Houston is basically like a bowl swamp.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we got like 100-degree weather in some times of the day now. And so, combining that with having no AC and no electricity, man, it's a lot of people, man. They in dire situations right now, bro. How you feeling about that?
Man, I think my heart goes out to him. Definitely it reminds me of the snowpocalypse we had here in Austin.
Bro,
Bro, what, it was crazy. But yeah, my boy, shout out to one of my brothers out there in Houston. He's actually was without power for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So he was, trying to figure it out.
Right.
Going across town, trying to get water and stuff like that,
Right.
doing the community shelters and things of that nature, just to be able to, maintain himself. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's man, my heart goes out to those people, man.
Right.
That's really heartfelt. What about you?
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
I know for me, it's definitely a situation that hits pretty close to home because I know we were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
Like a majority of my dad's family is from that area. Like
Yeah.
they're from a town maybe about like 45 minutes southwest of Houston called Warden.
Yeah.
And so like that's where we're all from. If we share the same last name, you got people from there, right? And they were basically like the direct, coastal point where it, where it first touched down. Now the thing is, we did hop on a group chat, make sure everybody's good.
Good.
So that's good news. I know my daughter's mother is also in the West Houston area as well.
Okay.
She actually ended up coming to Austin because her power got knocked out. She came to Austin
boy.
and stayed out here for the weekend. She hung out with our daughter, and just kind of waited things out until once she got word that her place got power restored, and then she went on back home the other day.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just like these are people that I know. These are people that I'm around, consistently. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're starting to bounce back. But man, yeah, we still got some people in trouble, man. You know.
And that, as you mentioned earlier, like this extreme weather conditions, right? This heat is unforgiving, right? I think about our elderly residents that could be vulnerable to heat stroke and just needing that assistance, whether it be they have their disabilities or they're just in personal need and care. So we could definitely say I can say without a shadow of a doubt, our team thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Houston. We hope power is restored and y'all get everything that y'all need for real.
Hey man, keeping it a buck. I'm talking about this story, man. The city of Houston, their energy company that's out there, CenterPoint. They giving CenterPoint hell.
I bet
right now.
I
like,
bet.
Yeah, man. Like it's literally
I bet.
people like it's footage
Right.
of like guys, driving CenterPoint trucks, and people are like stopping them on the highway and like hitting their trucks with like sticks and all, like throwing, like, bro, it's crazy. Like, and the
No
thing
love.
is normally that would be an insane thing to do, right? But at this point, you got people that's they in desperate,
Nah, bro. Nah.
situations.
Nah, bro.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, people lashing out, all that. Just like you were saying, man, it's a lot of vulnerable populations, man, that are desperately needing that power back so they can get their things back in order.
Right. I
yeah,
mean,
man.
even thinking about the situation that happened in here in Austin, right? The snowpocalypse that we talked about earlier, man.
Right.
Like I know plenty of people who were like, "Yo, there's no power. They probably have gas stoves or something like that, so they can at least scoop up the water and make something happen, make something shake." Bro, it was thug nature out here.
Yeah.
Those for that week and a
know
half.
it. I know it.
So I can only imagine what they going through. Plus, they don't even have the benefit of at least it being somewhat cooler than most. It's just scorching hot.
Cause bro, the difference is with the snowpocalypse hit, you throwing some blankets,
Right.
You throwing a hoodie and some sweats,
Right.
You'll be able to just to make it through it,
Right. Exactly.
When you hot, you just hot. ain't
You
no
just gotta
ain't nothing,
sit there in the heat.
like you can't take your skin off.
That's unfair.
You know what I mean? So you
Unfair.
just in it. Like you can't run from heat. You just there. Ain't nothing you can do.
Speaking of which, bless the man who invented the AC. Okay, all right, bless the man. who
Right, yeah.
invented the AC.
Whoever that man name is, shout out to you,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out
'cause
to you,
living
brother.
in Texas, dog. I couldn't even fathom
At all.
going without it, and
At
especially in global warming, boy, man, no,
At all.
So yeah, man, shout out to him. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the areas of Houston, West Houston, Warden County, just like I was talking about earlier, man. Prayers to everybody out there. Prayers to everybody, gets their power restored, everybody bounces back, and we're all good like before the storm hit.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. What else is going on in our lovely world
Man,
of today?
the big story
Uh-huh.
that just came out, your boy.
Oh.
Former President Donald J. Trump, man.
Yeah.
He
No, what is
apparently
ain't
there
it-
was
ain't it
an,
Trump sent. It's Trump sent now, right? Is it?
I mean, I
Is it
I
50
guess
Trump
that's what
or
some
Trump
people
sent?
calling him, man. I don't know, man. But there was an assassination attempt
Yeah.
on that man's life the other day, apparently.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're gonna start off with facts.
Okay, go ahead.
right now.
Go ahead.
Before we give any opinions.
Go ahead.
So there was a campaigning rally.
Right.
The city that it was in is escaping me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a rally. And of course, he's campaigning for, to make another run at the presidency.
Correct.
And I guess during the middle of his speech, I guess he had his head turned towards a certain way. I only see the perspective of looking directly at him, so I can't see what exactly he was looking at.
Yeah, it looked
But
like he had his head turned to our right, and then switched it immediately to the left.
Yeah, and I guess
shot was fired.
shots started ringing out.
Yeah.
And the story is, per what he's saying, is that he got hit in the ear. Right? He said he felt the bullet ripping through his flesh, quote unquote. And yeah, so he got hit, dropped to the ground. Secret Service came over him, right? To as the shots continued to ring out.
Correct.
Right after the shots stopped, he stands up.
Correct.
With Secret Service around him, and begins to
Black Power fist.
pump his fist. I think he said fight, or something like that, and then he gets carted away.
Escorted away. In your historical knowledge and experience, does that sound normal to you?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Yeah.
So, I'm not even proud to say this.
Okay.
Right. I've been in circumstances where people have been shooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. More than once.
Yeah, more than I'd like to
Right.
announce.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I'll say is, in my instant reaction to shots ringing out, was never to stand up and pump my fist.
Absolutely.
I'll say that. Right. I don't know what former President Trump was thinking at the time. I guess he was so confident in Secret Service and what they were doing that, it's his time, that even though they firing and he got hit, that it's time to make a statement and, all this other stuff. And yeah.
And shout out to the YouTube channel, live YouTube channel. We got a response that said, and all he cared about was getting his shoes.
Right. I'm like, fam, I've never seen somebody get shot.
Yeah.
And there's still shots ringing out, and that's what
my
you
concern. Yeah,
thinking
that's
about,
my
bro.
concern.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Yes.
Right. So before I throw this question out, I'm gonna preface this. On a 1 hour news break, we don't actively campaign for one candidate or another.
That is correct.
We don't lean one way or another
is correct.
on this show. Now, in our personal lives, if you converse with us, totally different story.
Correct.
We're just gonna keep it above. Right. But for the sake of the 1 hour news break, we don't lean one way or another.
Correct.
Right. So with that said, with that preface, do you think that this was a real thing? Do you think that this was a organic situation? Like, was this staged or not?
I gotta lean with Black Twitter and say no. I think it was completely staged.
Okay.
My personal, I think it was completely staged.
Okay.
For a number of reasons.
Okay.
Right. Again, as you said, probably been in more situations where things have run out and at scarcity need to move around. That's never been the look on my face.
Right.
And I can guarantee that's never been the look on my face, or the people around me, the look on their faces.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I have to lean. Here's my second argument. There's a young lady that I'm pretty certain most of people know that go by Candace Owens.
Oh, really?
And she mentioned that she felt like it was a load of crock.
Wow. Okay.
So when an individual like that has literally championed this individual with everything he said, everything he's done, and then now transitioned to a declaration or statement where I don't believe it to be 100% truth, then it starts making me look a different way.
Right.
Plus, I want to analyze it all, right? I don't want to just say, I don't believe it and just wipe it off. But after looking at it several times, watching it, looking at the commentaries that other individuals have to say, yeah, I I don't know if I can agree.
Yeah, yeah.
know if I
Because
can
like,
agree.
bro, like the thing is, even when you look at it, like there's people in the military, there's people that have been in active firefights, active combat,
Right.
that don't do that.
That, yeah,
whatever,
right.
whatever that was, they don't do that.
They don't do that. They
You know
don't
what I
do that.
mean? Especially when their safety is, it's a lot of variables happening
Right.
at one time.
Right.
You're not thinking like I'm gonna stand up and pump my fist to the crowd.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So with all this is going on, there are people that actually did lose their life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I do want to keep that in mind. Like I don't want to, like, we can get our jokes off, but it's still at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Somebody did pass away during this event.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I believe I can't remember his name, but there was a Trump supporter that was at the rally.
Correct.
I believe he was either on the side or directly behind
I want
him.
to say he was on the side. Yeah.
He got hit, like he caught a
Yep.
to the dome.
Yeah.
Like he one shot out.
Yeah.
Right. And coming out of that, apparently they were able to find the fragment, like the casing, right? And apparently this is coming from a rifle, right? And the thing is, anybody that knows about guns, right? When you think about the type of shell, the type of casing that comes from a rifle, you get hit, it's gonna vaporize you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, is they said Trump got hit in his ear. What I'm gonna say is, if he truly,
Yeah.
if he got hit with a rifle,
Yeah.
a rifle casing
Yeah.
in his ear, Trump would no longer have a head.
Yeah. That whole
His
side of
head
your
would
face is
detach
gone.
from
Yeah.
his body,
Yeah.
bro.
That whole side of your face is gone.
You know what I mean?
And again, shout out to the YouTube. One comment we had when you're getting shot at, you have a fight or flight response. Bro,
Boom.
stop to take a picture for history.
Right. Yeah. That's what it was. That's
So,
what it was.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I gotta
Right.
completely agree. And I think there's so much evidence to argue against it. Like it's really, really challenging, right? But to your point, and I will agree with you there, the fact that a human being got shot at, another human being lost their life, I definitely think, okay, like that's uncalled for. I
Right.
agree with you there. But
Right.
I think the B part to that is this definitely looks fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely looks
Yeah.
fishy.
So honestly, I feel like, and this is just a hunch. It feels like this was, this is for all intents and purposes, it was a political ploy, right? This was, he got the photo, he got the photo out, right? And of course, coming out of this, there's gonna be, it's gonna be even more divided than what it already is, right? So the people that support Trump are gonna be in the camp of like, oh man, he's so hyper masculine, and look at this tough guy. He stood in the face of, of a firefight and stood strong and and all this other stuff,
Of
right?
a terrorist.
Right? And then on the other side, you have, I don't even want to throw labels out there,
Yeah.
but you have the other side,
yes,
that
correct.
that believes that this is a whole, like, they ran a play. Like he ran a play, and apparently with his constituency, it was a successful one.
Well, also the B part to that is, recently they've talked about like his media rollout as well, and also his actual media company. They've increased in stocks
I can see
tremendously.
that.
Their sales, their price in stocks has gone through the roof, and because of this, right? So it makes sense how it could be, but also again, like I said, don't want to write anything off. Definitely want to do the research, but yeah, it's gonna be a hard fought battle for me to believe anything otherwise.
That video of Mark Zuckerberg wakeboard surfing, holding a beer. Facebook stock price jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same kind of ins and outs. And I think that's definitely relevant.
Right. And so kind of building on what Ever's saying, like, right, as far as like Mark Zuckerberg, being visible, like with a beer in his hand and like that company stock going up, right? I feel like this is that, but at its highest level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is determining the fate of the country for the foreseeable future.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, bro, coming out of this, what I will say is I feel like Trump, he definitely put the battery in the back of his constituency, dog. Like, he has them, like, amped up, bro. Like, whether they believe that it's real or not, bro, like, I don't even think they care at this point. But, yeah, man, they are, like, they going to be flying.
I believe it.
To the polls.
I believe it. And
the thing is, for people that are watching the show, whether you lean left or right, conservative or liberal, or whatever label that you want to, apply upon yourself, this is even more of a reason to go to the polls and vote, right? Like vote, not even in just your national presidential election, vote in your local election as well. Because the thing is of course, the presidential elections are flashy and highly visible and all that stuff. We get all that. But at the local level, you can still have a major impact on what goes on in your daily life as well. Because the thing is Trump's constituency, they're voting at the local level too.
Yes, they are.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, they
so if you're worried about whatever kind of policies that they want to enact, whatever kind of stances, whatever kind of ideologies that they have, if you feel the opposite of that, go to the polls.
Go to the polls.
You know.
Go to the polls. That's big.
Yeah, man.
That's big. What else is going on nationally?
Right, man. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead and get it positively, man. We got a big announcement. Big announcement for us as gamers.
Yes.
Right. So,
I would agree.
especially for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This your bag.
Yeah, this is my bag. This is what I do. So EA College Football 25 just dropped last night. Right. So it's not even been 24 hours, and it's already one of 2024's biggest games. Right. So for those that don't know, EA College Football is the reimagined version of NCAA football, which is, it was a big franchise up until 2014. Ended up getting canceled once there was a big deal with NCAA and paying players.
Correct.
Once the NIL came about, that basically got the whole process started again. So now the players that are in the game, they can actually start receiving compensation.
Beautiful.
So that's what allowed EA to be able to recreate this game.
I love it.
In 2025. Keep in mind, it's been like 11 years.
Right.
So this has been a big deal.
Right.
So with all that
a
context,
sneak drop too.
Oh, bro,
they did a sneak drop.
Yeah.
They didn't even let y'all know. Yo, this is coming. They's like,
oh man,
Lucy, take it.
Like, bro, I am ready. So.
Oh, so no wonder you want to get home.
Yeah. Like as soon as I get to the crib, I am downloading. You know what I mean? So for those who have pre-ordered, it's already out. So the standard game is not out. It hasn't hit stores yet.
Yeah.
So the pre-order's out. It's the deluxe edition, and then you get early access.
Okay.
Right. So, like I was saying earlier, bro, it's not even been 24 hours, and it's already the biggest game. Before they had come out with this one, like the fact that we were dealing with basically a decade-old game, like gamers were like using like mods and hacks and just to keep like the old version current,
alive,
installed on like current players and all kind of stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
So it's a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I know we talk about college football being my bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
but how are you feeling about it with the fact that, of course, I know you're a gamer.
Right.
So I know you have that interest. Now, with the fact that it's college football, do you think it might pique your interest a little bit?
Absolutely. I definitely appreciate a good game of Madden. Appreciate a good game of Madden. But I'm intrigued to see what this has to offer. I mean, it being a gamer, right? You know there are certain games that you like, all right, I'll just see what it's about, see what it's talking for, see what it's hitting for, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is probably one of those games, especially the nostalgia factor, because I do remember playing EA College Football back in the day, NCAA football.
Right.
So this is something that I definitely would check out at a later date. Hopefully they have a little bit less expensive one, because I know the pre-order right now is like $90.
Yeah, $90.
Yeah. So it's hitting you. They stinging. But it makes perfect sense. Why? Because that's kind of the current climate of games. But with that being said, I'm excited to see it release with this new gen, and to see what it has to offer. Because if that's the case, where players are actually getting compensation for that, for their likeness, I just want to support off of that.
That too.
I really do. I'm gonna be honest. I really do.
So coming out of this, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know you from Southern California.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a team you prefer? Are we talking USC, UCLA, or are we going somewhere else with that?
I'll give you USC. That's one of my favorites. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I do love the Wolverines.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Really?
Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan. I do love me some Wolverines.
That's interesting. Where did that connection come from?
Honestly, it was just seeing them, watching them play, watching them play.
Gotcha.
Watching them play.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just been a
Okay.
dope experience to watch them play, watch them evolve. And one of my partners from college, he actually was a big Wolverines fan. Like he would fly out to the games.
Oh wow, yeah.
While going to school at HT, I was like, why?
He
why?
must got bread. What
His
was he
family-
doing?
Yeah, no, his family was caked up.
Jeez. God.
Bells was caked up. Shout out to the YouTube comment back. There was a shot of adrenaline when I heard Madden and football games as a whole. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely going to be a nostalgia factor for individuals like this, adopting in the new gens, right? Your PS5s, your Xboxes, Series X and S. I think the graphics are probably going to be insane.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And then plus, I mean, if they have any type of, additional gameplay, I remember back in the Gap where they had the juke stick feature and things like that. So if they have anything like that, I'm excited.
Right.
I'm excited for it.
Right. So, bro, I'm looking forward to two different segments of the game.
Okay.
Right. I want to say one is like I think it's like Dynasty mode or something like that. I can't remember the exact title of it.
Okay.
Where you control whatever scooter you're at. I want to say you have it for it's either between 25 and like 40 seasons or something like that.
Oh, word. Okay.
And you recruit. Basically you got NIL money.
Word.
You tech some recruits. You doing all season training.
That's
like literally,
dope.
they try to make it as
A whole story
comprehensive,
mode.
right? Like you basically playing like the AD,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
AD
yeah,
that
yeah,
could
yeah,
call
yeah,
plays,
yeah.
right?
I like that.
And so they try to make it as comprehensive of an experience as possible for people that are gaming. So for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's two routes. I'm gonna take this. Of course, I'm gonna do Texas, right? I'm gonna get my dynasty mode with Texas.
Got to.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's in your
mandatory.
blood.
This is what I gotta do.
It's in my blood.
Right? But a big thing for like, especially in like 20, NCAA 14 and 13 and and below that, a big thing was rebuilding a lot of like the smaller programs.
Yeah.
Right? So, it would be like I know I had a favorite back in the day. Like I would go and get PV and like take them to the national. We'd run out 5 national championships in a row. You know what I
just
mean?
cause.
Like we would run it up. So I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I got a couple of schools in mind.
Okay.
Right. So I'm of course PV got to keep at HBCU.
Yeah.
So
of course,
I think
of course.
that's one that I'm considering.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at doing a rebuild with Sam Houston State. They just hit
Yeah,
FBS,
yes.
so they fresh into the system. So I'm thinking about them, right? And then I'm trying to think of who else. I'm blanking out. Oh, kind of a dark horse a little bit, and I only like them because of their field. They got a blue field.
Okay.
Coastal Carolina.
Oh, okay. Word.
Yeah, I think they're the Chanticleers or something like that.
Chanticleer.
Right. Yeah. So smaller
out to the
program, but they cold though.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
If you got a blue field, that's dope.
Hard.
That sounds dope.
Hard.
That sounds
So
dope to me.
I'm looking forward to that. Right. So those are one of the big segments of the game, and then also you have the other one is I think the race to the Heisman.
Yeah.
Where
okay.
you have your individual player
Okay.
that you control from beginning from as a high school recruit all the way to the end of your senior season, and you're trying to like chase the Heisman Trophy.
So like trainings and all that stuff.
Right, exactly.
That's super dope.
So they have for this one, bro. They have four different routes you can go with this. Right? They have the elite version. So you think about your Travis Hunters, your Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
Right, guys that are like basically looked at as like 5-star recruits. As soon as his 3-4 years is up, he's going to the league.
Right.
They have that, right? So you start off at a super high rating for a freshman. Then they have a 4-star, which is kind of a lower level than that. So you would probably start off as like maybe like a 75, 74.
Okay, status. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
So you solid as a
Stat
freshman.
rating,
You
yeah.
probably going to go to the league. You're pretty solid. Right? Then below that, there's a contributor. You start at like a 65, right? And that's your typical normal recruit.
Okay.
Normal D1 recruit.
Okay.
Right? Then at the bottom of that, you have what's called the underdog.
That's
Right?
interesting.
For the underdog, you start out as a 60. right? And so from what I've been seeing so far, they giving them underdogs hell, bro.
Really?
Like, yeah, they giving them underdogs hell, bro. Like, it's already been clips on TikTok and YouTube. They got a rating 60 corner, throwing them in at UGA getting burnt toast. First play of the game,
cooked.
and then they getting snatched out of there, bro. So now for this one,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do underdog. I can't handle the grind, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to
He
you.
said I'm not gonna.
I can't handle the grind. I'm gonna do my elite 5-star.
Right.
And get my guy to the league.
He said we gonna get it how we.
Yeah, man. I
We
can't
gonna get how we
handle that.
live.
I mess around and throw my controller at the wall, bro.
Yeah. For a shout out to the YouTube for the race to the Heisman, it would have been dope to start at a high school game like in the past. That would be a dope concept.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Because I think it's a little different. Yeah, you don't start because previously you start in high school. I think now you start like immediately true freshman, fresh out of high school.
Fresh out of high school. when you
That's
started.
and you're choosing whichever school that you're going to be at.
Right.
So yeah, that's one thing I wish they had. I wish they had switched up a little bit.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope. But you could tell my man has done his research about this game.
Oh, yeah.
All right. He is
I'm ready, dog.
This man
Ready.
is ready for this game. All right. I'm proud of him. I'm happy. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Ready.
Speaking of new drops, what else is dropped recently?
Oh man, we got the new Eminem album just dropped. I think it's The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace. Just dropped. I think it was earlier this week.
Yeah.
It's already on pace to be the #1 album.
Okay.
Right? They said they might end up breaking Taylor Swift's run at the top of the charts. So I was gonna say, bro, I know we listen to pretty diverse music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got a chance to check out the new album yet. But if you listen to Eminem, how are you feeling about this new one?
So I haven't been able to check out the entire album. I listened to a couple songs.
Okay.
It's a little old Eminem-esque.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I think my life has changed since the first Slim Shady, or the real Slim Shady album that came out.
Right.
When we talk about Stan, Cleaning Out My Closet,
Right.
Real Slim Shady. So I think things are different. But I do like his flow. I do like his delivery still. I think he hasn't lost a step.
Right.
In my personal opinion. I
Okay.
don't think he's lost a step yet.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? How do you feel about it?
Okay, bro. So I understand
Real
your
listeners
perspective.
review.
So honestly, I respect Eminem.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I respect his craft. I respect the bars.
Yeah.
I respect the talent. All of that.
Yeah.
I do feel like at this point in time, I don't think Eminem is really for me anymore.
I think
Right?
you hit
Like
the nail on the head.
you'll never hear me say, "Oh, Eminem trash. Eminem fell off." You'll never hear me say that.
Yeah.
Right? But I think sonically,
Yeah.
I'm not in a place to where that does anything for me. It doesn't resonate with me
Yeah.
now like it did once upon a time.
Right.
Because, just like you were saying, like this is kind of a bit of a throwback. Like he's like, you see Slim Shady in this.
Right.
So and with that, it's a lot of like him kind of saying like edgy stuff, but it's also, you could tell like it feels like he's like trying to be offensive. Like it does that part of it. It feels like he's trying to antagonize. We're like, oh, I'm gonna say this, but you still can't cancel me, or whatever.
Right.
And I'm just like,
I think he's one of those guys, like, right? I think he's like the Dave Chappelle, like, you
Yeah.
just can't whatever you do.
that's exactly what I think about.
You can't get rid of him,
Right.
and because of his status, and because of so many people in the culture have given him that GOAT status, and well deserved. Like, I can't say that he's trash, like you said,
Right.
in any shape, form, or fashion. But that again, that doesn't mean that he is not exempt or exempt from critique, or personal feelings. Like, yo, I'm a grown man now. I got kids. I got a mortgage. I got a whole life right now, and that's just not banging my line, and that's not hitting. Which, shout out to the YouTube. We got a response that says Eminem is goated, but I got to give a critique for him. Lyrics and flow are fire, but Crazy White Boy is played out.
I completely understand, bro. completely
can't argue
understand.
that.
So,
Can't
bro,
argue
I like your comparison with Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like that's super valid because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I actually feel the same way about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like, once upon a time, one of my favorites.
Right.
Right. But I do feel like now the content is kind of reached a place where it's just like, bro, you're not even really trying to be like it doesn't feel like you're trying to be creative. It just feels like you're trying to be edgy.
Right.
Like you're trying to be like borderline offensive, and then like, you can't do anything about it. I'm like, bro, just hit me with some bars, like, and I'll be cool. I like the bars. I like the double entendres. Hit me with that, like,
Right.
but the trying to be offensive and
I think it's for, as you said, sonically, it's for certain people.
right.
And like I said, it's old Slim Shady. I'm not mad at it. But I think with everything, and I think that's what Jay-Z even mentioned right before in his past. He was like, with everything, it has to grow with you as a person,
Right.
And I think that's why Andre 3000, he like, yo, I'm this years old.
Yeah.
What I got to rap about now?
Right.
Like that's one of his, ploys and pulls, and I think that's one of the things that, as an artist, you have to kind of figure out. Now, granted, because of his status, because of his stature, and because he left us, at that time where most people were anticipating, like, yo, when are you gonna drop again? When are you gonna drop again? And he was like, oh, deuces, I'm gonna take care of my family and
Right,
handle
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I think people are like, chomping at the bit for this one. And even if it's mid, it's still gonna be like, yeah, it's heat.
Yeah.
I think.
Kind of piggybacking off what you were saying, bro. I feel like Eminem fans, they're already there. I mean, no matter what he put out, they're gonna
There.
stick with Eminem.
Yeah.
Like I got a homie, man. Matter of fact, the homie Cap Status.
Shout out to Cap.
Right, Cap
Shout out
Status, former guest on the show.
Alum of
He
the show.
actually did our intro song.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure y'all have heard it a million times
Yeah.
at this point if
And
you
you're
watch
gonna
the
hear
show.
it a million more.
Bingo. Right? So the homie Cap, he is a super, he's like an Eminem super fan. Right? Like he like the bars, the lyrics, that's what resonates him.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
resonates with him. Even the edginess.
Yeah.
That's what resonates with him.
Yeah.
Right? Which is cool. Like that's what you do. But for me,
Yeah.
but I mean art is subjective.
It's subjective.
What it's gonna do for one person, it's not gonna do for the other person every single time.
Correct.
And I can respect them, but I'm cool. I don't, I gave him my listen, I gave him my critique and all that, but I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm all right. I'm all
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been real. It's been real.
Right.
But special shout out to Eminem and his team.
Right. So
What else? What else is
I was
going
gonna
on?
say, bro, coming out of that, fam, we got the special story. Joe Bryant, Joe Jellybean Bryant, Kobe's pops, recently passed away. So for those that don't know, Kobe's dad was actually a star in his own right before Kobe came. Played in the league a few years, All-American out of LaSalle University. Played like 8 or 9 seasons in Italy, was an all-star over in Italy. That's where Kobe grew up. He recently passed away from massive stroke. He was 69 years old. And of course, there's always his attachment to Kobe, all of Kobe's children. Of course, for anybody that doesn't know, Kobe did pass away in 2020 with his daughter, with his daughter Gianni, in a helicopter crash.
Correct.
So I'm curious, bro. You're a LA guy. You're a Southern
correct.
California guy.
That is correct.
So I know you kind of have a bit of an inside view with this.
Oh man.
So Kobe and his dad, Kobe and his parents, they didn't necessarily have like the best relationship.
That's what it's been said. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard mixed commentary about this, and I don't know Kobe personally, but I just know, as his work ethic and as a player as a whole. But yeah, I from what I've heard is that they weren't on the up and up all the time. I'm gonna associate that with that's probably family, but
Right.
what
Right.
the heck do I know? What the heck do
Yeah,
I
man.
know? What other feedback have you gotten?
So I do know, of course, for people that are like real Kobe fans, there was some stories that had come about some years back that I think his parents tried to auction off some of his memorabilia. And I think that was one of the reasons for their divide. We don't know what the reasoning was behind his parents attempting to do that. Then there was also with Kobe marrying Vanessa. Apparently there was some animosity born out of that. So much so to the point where even when Kobe passed, his parents didn't say anything publicly,
No, they did not.
which is
Interesting.
wild.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
So I don't know. There have been rumors of that they may have made peace prior. Of course, I mean nobody knows for sure. Hopefully they did, make peace. It's just kind of icky, bro.
I know that in the past that, again, like I said, I'm not 100% positive, but if that's the case and they haven't communicated or spoken, again, like I said, it may have been a situation prior to him passing. I think that's family business, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I think that some of the things that you just previously mentioned, right? Them not attending the funeral, them not or them auctioning off some of his memorabilia. I think that's a question that needs to be asked. Like, okay, why are you don't have the finances right now, or are you just looking for a lick? Like, what is the B part behind that? Then the question arises, like, what was the relationship prior to that? Because I'm thinking in my mind, Kobe Bryant everybody's always identified him as mental toughness, right? Mental fortitude and things of this nature. So I think for him, if he's, in a situation with his parents where he's like, yo, I need you to do A, B, C, and then I can do A, B, and C. And you know what I'm saying? In response to that, you can't do it. Kobe's like, all right, I'm not going to help you then, right? Because I think there's a plethora of interviews where he says, I'm looking for the person who's willing to work, putting in the effort day in and day out, trying to hustle and grind in order to make themselves better. So, yeah, man, I think it might be a little bit of a combination of all of it, right?
Right.
Who's to know? Who's to say?
Yeah. So, bro, I was gonna say, so
Yeah.
on a more positive note, so I know we still talking about basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
Team USA.
Yo, yeah.
You get a chance to catch the
That
game.
was
from the other
surprising.
day.
I was surprised. They were them boys. All right, let me tell you. Let me tell you about your team, man. I thought I didn't think they was gonna do it. I didn't think they was gonna pull it off at first. I was nervous.
Yeah.
It looked a little sketchy right there at the first quarter, second quarter. Then after that, they turned it around.
Right.
And they ended up winning. What, 98 to 90?
98, 92.
Yeah, it was
98,
close.
92.
It was close.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I feel like this is a product of they just haven't got enough time to really be cohesive yet.
Yeah.
Right. So I think right now their talent is what got them to that win.
I agree.
A less talented team, if you take that team from last year, they're losing by like 15.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
but I
for
think
sure.
because of the fact that you have the who's who of basketball in that lineup, and that's literally what pushed them over the top. Now, once they get some more reps, because this is essentially practice right now.
Yeah, right.
They're in pool play.
They're in pool. Yeah. That's
So
exactly
once they get a couple more games under their belt, some more practices, especially they're in a whole nother time zone. They're on the other side of the planet right now. They're in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Versus they were in Vegas like a couple of days ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think it's a lack of cohesion right now. And also just the adjustment to, I'm sure there's probably some jet lag in there, all that. I think once they get some time there and are able to shake that jet lag off, I think that they'll be all right.
Yeah.
They'll be all right. Now, coming out of this game, what I will say, it did show me, and I was laughing about this earlier, Ant, right? Anthony Edwards. He like before this game, he was talking this stuff. He's like, oh man, I'm still the number one option. All this other stuff, right? And we was like, all right, bro, okay. But I mean, he showed us.
He showed up. He showed up.
I can't even deny it. Hey, this game against Australia, that first half, he was going off.
Yeah, he was
know
the
what
only
I mean?
one going off.
Right.
Only one.
Right. So had he not had that first half, who knows how this game would have turned out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Ant. Also, bro, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis did well.
Came off
very
the bench.
well.
Right. Came off the bench. Balled out.
Yup.
I think Joel Embiid was a little dinged up, so they pulled him. He came in, killing, put up a double-double, 17 and 14, which
good.
in Olympic basketball, that's basically 30 and 20.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Based off how slow the pace
Pace
is and
is.
how how few minutes there are. You know what I mean? So Anthony Davis showed out, and yeah, man, I think just like I was saying before, get some more reps in, get some practice in, you'll be all right. But they do got to speed that up because they got a big game coming up, right?
They got a big game coming up.
They got a game coming up against the most recent MVP.
Yep.
They got Jokic.
Yep.
You think they're gonna be ready for that?
I think they will. If Jokic is the only threat, I think that'll be. Of course, it's gonna be a problem. Of course, it's gonna be a challenge.
Right.
Jokic is gonna put up buckets because he's used to playing with all these cats that he's about to play against, right? So he knows the format. He probably even knows the plays that they may even run, right?
I can see that.
The problem is, can you stop them? And that's the question,
Right.
Right. And have you prepared your team well enough to say, hey, look, this is what they're gonna do. We just need to be prepared for all of it. But as you said earlier, man, it's a star-studded cast. I'm really excited about everyone that is literally doing their thing. But I hope they bring home the gold. For
Right,
real.
yeah.
I hope they bring it home.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like how we follow Texas softball.
Yeah.
I'm probably
You
gonna
on
be
this?
following this the
You on
same
this?
way while we on this live.
When's the next one? When's the next game?
So I know this actually happened already. Matter of fact, it looks like Serbia. They already played Serbia. Hold up. We gonna since we live.
Let's check it out. Live footage.
We gonna check it out right now. We gonna check it out right now.
Oh yeah, they teed off this morning earlier today, like around noon, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me check
Yeah.
the score.
Yeah.
Let's see what we talking. Oh,
I'm
well, no. It's an old score. Old
Okay.
score.
I was going to say you had me nervous. You
Right,
said, oh.
right.
But yeah, but these Olympic plays, I'm gonna be excited to see what comes about. I know that they are both teams. Well, shoot, I know that USA is a powerhouse. It's going to be the team to beat, as we always say, for the Olympics. So really, what is mainly about and what the main focus is is the squad going to remain healthy? Can they work as a cohesive unit? And then can they gel, man? If they can't do those things, man, it's going to be a struggle. But I really feel like they're going to come together, as you said. And like I said, I don't know if they're, like I said before, and I'm going to die on this hill, I don't know if they're undefeated, but I really do think they're going to bring home the gold. So
Yeah, we gonna see. So it looks like I'm actually I'm on the phone right now checking the scores. It looks like they haven't played yet. So apparently they're playing at 12 p.m. local time.
Oh.
So I don't know what time it is
So
in
that might be
Abu Dhabi.
tomorrow. That might be tomorrow.
It could be. I initially thought it was going to be 12 p.m. today,
Oh,
based
okay.
off of what I saw. Team USA and Serbia. No, well they're playing in Abu Dhabi.
In Abu Dhabi. So
But
it
they're
might be
playing against
tomorrow.
Serbia.
Might
So,
be
but
tomorrow.
it shows that they're playing at 12. But I think that's local time because I'm checking the scores and nothing has popped up for USA Serbia game yet. I checked Google. I even checked Twitter. So I think it's local time. That's why we haven't seen any scores yet.
All good. All
So
good.
We'll
Excited to see what
how
happens.
it goes, man. But I mean, I don't think outside of Jokic, bro. Serbia ain't got nothing. Serbia ain't got nothing for Team
I
USA.
don't think so.
They don't have the depth outside of Jokic. That drop off is bad, and the rest of them starters, the rest of that bench, they can't stick with them because the thing is if one player falls off, say for instance, LeBron has a bad game. LeBron goes 2 for 9, right? Still got Anthony Davis. Still got Joel Embiid. You still got KD. You still got Steph. You know what I mean?
All of
That's anybody on that roster realistically could go for 30.
Right, could.
Like everybody.
Right.
Everybody can go for 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So-
has in the past. So yeah,
Bingo.
yeah.
So yeah, man, I think the talent gap is too great. The team is too deep. They can't hold up. They might can make a run in the first half, Serbia, but outside of that,
He
I
says
don't think they got
strong doubts.
it. Right. I don't think they got it for him, man.
Strong doubts. All right, man. Well, tell everybody what's going on in the city.
Oh man, we got
upcoming.
a bunch of events coming on the pipeline, man. Shout out to the homie Saints Research.
Yeah.
He hit me with a whole list before we got started, man. So we got a ton of events that we're gonna be announcing to y'all right quick.
Yep.
Starting off first on the board, tonight we got the pre-roll, Texas's premier open mic night and networking showcase.
Correct.
For artists, creatives, entrepreneurs, et cetera. It is tonight at the historic venue Antone's, downtown Austin, Texas. It is for tickets. It's 10 at the door, 2 for $20 online. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster. Just look up pre-roll ATX. You'll be able to find it. 2 for $20. Check that out. What else? Oh, matter of fact, I don't know why we didn't shout this out earlier. Shout out Jay Soldier.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Napalm. Shout out the homie Ill Manor Show, Jamal.
By the way.
Made it.
Yep.
Shout out to them guys, man. They're doing some big things. Matter of fact, shout out Dawa. I know Dawa has been participating in this as well.
Yep.
They're doing some big things in the city. We have worked with the pre-roll personally at a lot of different shows. We've been guest media for the pre-roll at a ton of events they've done. We've been media at their main event
Smoke
for
Out.
South by Southwest, the Smoke Out. Matter of fact, talking on that, check out our old 2-hour lunch break content. We got a bunch of interviews from the Smoke Out. We also interviewed Texas legend Lil Kiki.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all want to see what that's about,
Tap in
on our page. Check out them interviews, man. We got a lot of content. They doing big things over there, man.
Yes, sir.
What else? What else do we got?
Next up, on Thursday at the Paramount Theater, they're doing a Summers 50s Classic. They'll be showing Do the Right Thing on Thursday, July 18th. That is at 713 Congress Avenue. For more information and details, go to Paramount Austin on Instagram. In addition to that, we're doing, the Red River Cultural District is doing a Hot Summer Nights, and that is from July 18th through the 20th, and that's in various locations. So for more details, go to the Red River Cultural District on Instagram. And then next up on Saturday, on the 20th, there is Black Mamas ATX. They're doing a self-care summer meetup.
Shout out to the mamas.
Shout out to the mamas, right? This is dope. I thought this was a dope event, so I definitely wanted to highlight this one. This was on Saturday, July the 20th from 12:30 to 3 p.m. in Central Austin. For more details, please make sure that you check out at blackmamas_ATX on Instagram. That's really a dope event. What else we got going on, bro?
Also, bro, at Dawa Studios,
Yes.
here, where we're at right now.
Right
well,
now.
not where we're at, but
Yeah,
they're doing
Dawa
the event.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
right.
Let me backtrack that. Sponsored by Dawa Studios, the Laughter is Medicine event. It's actually going to be September 6th at the Long Center. I believe this isn't this like the anniversary?
Yeah,
Is it 5-year anniversary?
5-year anniversary.
Dawa's 5-year anniversary, man. They've been doing a lot of things in the city. Of course, for people that aren't familiar, Dawa has contributed, especially during COVID, they contributed a lot to creative artists, to creatives, to entrepreneurs that were basically down bad, man. They had they were able to, fund a lot of those creatives, float them until they could, move on to better opportunities and sustain themselves, man. So 5 years doing that, man. They've been doing some great work. Shout out Dawa Studios, man. 5-year anniversary.
Big shout out. And then also Black Life ATX is hosting Golf in the City. That's on Saturday, July the 20th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Balcones Golf Course. That is 8600 Balcones Club Drive in Austin, Texas. 78750. Make sure you check that out. Shout out to Nicole Cooper and her team.
There we go. Let's see. Outside of that, man, we also got Tater Q. They got the trusty savory Saturday brunch every Saturday and Sunday. It starts off at 11:30 a.m. all the way to 3 o'clock. I think it does start off kid friendly, but after a while, the baddies come in there. They get to twerking, they get to hopping on tables, all kind of stuff, man. They off the mimosas. Hey, yeah. Matter of fact, Tater Q. Save this footage. It starts off kid friendly, man, but the baddies come in, man, and hey, it turns into something else, man. But it's always good time at Tater Q.
Always.
Saturday, Sunday, they got their savory Saturday brunch, man. Y'all pull up on them. In addition to that, they also have their Thursday night karaoke, and then Saturday brunch as well. And then also Down South Cajun Eats. Okay. Seafood Bowl. Okay. All right, man. We getting a signal from our production, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's a wrap for the 1 hour news break. Thank you so much for coming in, tuning in tonight. We really appreciate y'all being here with us. Big shout out to our production behind the boards. You can find them at Cafe Yodo. Salute to our home studio, Dawa Studios, East Austin, Texas. Y'all know where to find us. Streaming on all platforms. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at 2HLBpod and at X at the 2 Hour Lunch to stay in the loop for all things the 2 Hour Lunch Break.
Yep. Continue to catch us on the live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at Austin Public Channel 10 and on our YouTube page. We've got a lot more in store for y'all. We'll check y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in. We out.
We out.
Zeus P, Frank Jew. Let the light in, man. It's the 2 hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jew, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus P, St. Jew. Let the light in, man. It's the 2 hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jew, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Zeus P, St. Jew. Let the light in, man. It's the 2 hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jew, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. And we back, and we back. Zeus P, St. Jew. Let the light in, man. It's the 2 hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jew, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Coming to you live, putting on for they free. This is that 2 hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J. Lay. Zeus P,